forward to deliver the valedictorian address. Cameron?
Thank you very much. Welcome, President Krislov, Provost Franco, honored guests, staff, faculty, family, friends, and finally, dear graduates. Please raise your hand if you've ever cried in the Pace Library. Or if Microsoft Word decided to crash just as you were finishing your concluding paragraph. Amen. Or if you ever waited in line at the CAF for so long you started to question your entire existence. The past 4 years have been indescribably difficult due to reasons I don't even need to mention. And if you're like me, you might be wondering, what was it all for? I personally like to avoid emotional breakdowns at 3 in the morning, so my junior year, I decided to get to the bottom of this. What was it all for? My courses at Pace gave me the answer. Let me explain. I've been fortunate enough to work with Dr. Kimberly Kalika Cox, helping her with the only program of its kind. In this program, students go into the Westchester County Jail with therapy dogs to assist with teaching the inmates about parenting and hope for a better tomorrow. We call the program Parenting, Prison, and Pups. In my work there, I have asked the participants of our program, what can I, as someone who wants to pursue a career in criminal justice, contribute to the field? They all say the same thing, compassion. Seriously, that's it? The first time I heard it, I was disappointed with the lack of instructions. But then I sat in my psychology class and we learned about unethical research. I sat in my art history class and we learned about works of art that had been destroyed by war and greed. I sat in my criminal justice class and we learned about the consistent failures of the system we have built. I threw my hands up in the air for the 1000th time. In all of these moments, I realized that what we were really lacking was compassion. We're here today as the generation that's going to change the world, because every generation does. But it is up to us to build a more compassionate tomorrow, brick by brick, gesture by gesture. After all, villains are only sexy in movies. We can be the doctors who listen to their patients and believe what they say, the businesswomen who transform the fiscal flow of this country with honesty, the archaeologists who discover greatness with respect, the lawyers who don't turn away cases because they're not profitable, the artists who create to comfort the disturbed and disturb the comfortable. Compassion may seem a bit lofty and abstract, but is it really? Research conducted on LGBTQ couples had the power to influence the courts to legalize same-sex marriage. This research resulted in legal protection for families, a more compassionate society, and not to mention an over $4 billion boost to the US economy. I will give you another example. Rubber gloves were invented by a husband for his wife, a surgeon whose hands were suffering from conducting operations. This romantic gesture has saved countless lives since the 1890s. And I can't leave here without my favorite example, one that is very personal to me as a Polish immigrant. The country of Poland spent 123 years off the map when divided and dissolved by its neighbors. We survived largely because of our writers and poets whose compassion kept the Polish spirit alive. And today, it is the best home I could ask for. The point I am trying to make is that the greatest strides in history began with compassion, hope, and most likely, let's be honest, copious amounts of caffeine. When we started at Pace in 2019, the year 2023 sounded like something out of a science fiction novel, but now we're living it. We are the proud class of 2023. We have all dedicated so many hours to doing our readings and writing our essays. As a result, we have become better people. We have done the hard work, but there is so much more to be done. The deadline is no longer 11:59 p.m. The deadline for changing the world has already passed 1,000,000 times. But there is a new deadline for doing good in the world every second of every day. It may seem daunting, but I can bet my life on the fact that throughout your years here at Pace University, you have encountered at least one issue that made you motivated enough to do something about it. For me, everything was made clear with that simple epiphany. Compassion is the key to change. Therefore, as I stand before you today, I urge you not only to dream of doing well, but to dream of doing good. Congratulations, class of 2023.